this election, I'm trying as much as possible to be neutral, because I really want everybody to participate however they feel, driven and motivated, and where whichever line they want to follow. I don't feel like I want to be partisan, because normally I am not a politician. I'm not in any political party. I don't have any political affiliation to any of the political parties, So I'm just a keen observer of what is going on. You understand? Good evening, Amansi. I greet you. So my people, I welcome you once again. So I Facebook is urging me to start this goal for subscriber goal. So if you have not subscribed, you can help me to reach the goal and subscribe to my page. Or if you cannot, you can also send me stars. It's okay. I appreciate you all, and even you being here is a lot, so I appreciate you guys. So I welcome every one of you for joining me once again. I want to talk about this thing because when I saw that video, I was hot. It was painful to see something like that, to see somebody saying they have not discovered that the Bible is not what it's supposed to be, or that it's not the truth that it says it is, and then you are doing a live video and tearing it apart. I feel that is very disrespectful. Hey Charles, I greet you. I cite you. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for opening the floor. Thank you for the stars. Muslims say, who religion? The thing is about this thing is like, when it favors you, you don't see the hurt. For me personally, it's like when you say my tribesman was not there, or someone from my religion have not been there. These are just political gimmicks people play, people in power play, people in politics play, but the general public don't understand. So normally when it's going to favor them, they will use it. If it's not going to favor them, they will not use it. So I just wish people will understand. It's like I was telling you the story of all of us, and somebody going and saying their name is all of us, and when they bring all the money, they will say, my name is all of you, and then they will give it. They say this thing is for all of you, then he will take it because his name is now all of you. So in a larger sense, that's what it means. So it's just about politics, and politics is about is calculations. You understand? You are doing your own. You observe the ground, the floor. You make your own. You speculate, and in that speculation you are trying to get it right to favor you regardless. You speculate to get a given outcome. That's just what it is. So whether it is Muslim, whether it is Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, is the same idea behind it. Say a Muslim man is not there, a Christian man is not there, an Igbo man is not there, a Yoruba man is our turn, the Hausa people is our turn, the Igbo people. It's the same ideology around it. So it is left for the people that are doing the politics to explain their antics, and to sell their goods to the buyers, to market themselves. However, we have to put in mind that a candidate will be looking for the best way for him to get the result that he's looking for. That's the politics that is involved. Say, happy Sunday, Bernard. You're welcome. I'm a Christian that is tired of the type of religious leaders we have. They don't represent what we have in the Bible, my personal opinion. Okay? Our religious leaders are not representing Jesus Christ, my personal opinion, though. Hey, CJ Naji, thank you for the stars. I appreciate that. Thank you, Neji, CJ Neji. Thank you for the stars. So as for me, the book belonged to her. She bought it with her money. She's free with whatever she feel. I mean, I feel like it's true. It's true that the book belonged to her, but I feel like it's also wounding the sensibilities of so many people, honestly, because just as it is for the Quran today, It used to be like that for the Bible before. It's not like I'm supporting anything like that, but I feel like people should take into consideration the sensibilities of others, and also that whatever you think that you learned today, that information that you got, that is, spiking your spirit and saying, yes, I now know this. Remember that some people have that same information, some people have that knowledge long time ago, and it's people that wrote that information down, that you now came and read it and now realize whatever you come to your conclusion. You understand? And those people that read all those things, that made all those discovery, or come to that conclusion and write it down, they did not go and burn everything there. You understand? Because the life is too complex for that kind of parochial view. So now I've come to the realization that the Bible is the book of lies, and so I'm going to come to Facebook and put fire on it and burn it. Like, I feel that is an extreme something to do. That's an extreme position to do. And I feel like people should be able to restrain their individual feelings and take into consideration the sensibilities of others. You understand? I mean, I feel like this is my own feeling. This is what I think about what that lady did. Good evening, Amechi. I greet you. Good evening. Happy Sunday, Karen Sosinachi. I greet you. Good evening. Good evening, Ismaila. I greet you. Esheo, Ismaila. I greet you. I hope I'm pronouncing it well, because I remember my neighbor used to have a son. His name was Ismaila. Ismaila. So I hope I'm pronouncing it well. So my people, I greet you all once again. Welcome to this live video. In this live video, I want to basically talk about a video that I saw on Facebook. And in that video, I saw a young woman, and she was saying in that video that she has discovered for herself that the Bible is a book that is not what they say it is, that is full of lies, that is not, it's just akwụkwọ ụgha, that is not holy, and all those kind of a thing. And in saying that, she now went ahead and started to put fire on it, to tear it apart. So I showed that video before. I will show it again. So this is the young lady that I'm talking about. So you can see she's here. She's explaining. Now I don't want to play the audio for copyright issues, because it's getting very strict nowadays. And so she is saying that she has now come to the realization that's not what it says, and so many things from her own personal experience. She was explaining it, and long story short, she now stood up and started doing this, and she was doing this on Facebook, and she now stood up and started putting her hand on it and tearing it. So this is what I'm talking about. So you can see. So she was now, I mean, like our brother said, it's her money. She bought it, and it's her book. But then again, it's a book that means so much to so many people. So many people have staked their life, their profession, everything about it there, and that anything to do with religion has a lot of sensibilities to go with it. Like there's a lot of political public correctness that comes with it, and this kind of action is inciting, because it can elicit a kind of reaction that may cause her harm or damage. That is why no matter the realization you have come to, this is an unnecessary behavior. This is just uncalled for. So I was saying I'm going to do this video and bring this to light, and said, of course, it's her book. She bought the book. She went to the market. She bought it. But then it's the Bible again. Even though it's your book, but it's the Bible. So why would you be doing this? And there are millions and millions of people who are Christians, who hold the Bible to high esteem, who, stake their life on the teachings of the Bible, whose profession is based on the Bible. Like so many things about the Bible, schools based on it, universities based on it, communities based on it, countries designated as Christian countries. Like, I don't know, what is this intolerance? What is this extreme measures some people are taking to prove a point? What is the point she wants to prove? The information has been there for long. Like she was making a statement that in that video, that in 1995, that's when somebody told her something, that the person is not a Christian, and she was offended. She felt bad for the person. So as far back as 1995, somebody have come to this information, and the person have not gone amok and go and do anything. I think that we should learn tolerance and preach it. Not just because social media is there, you will not come on social media to be doing this kind of thing. I think I don't know, for me, I feel this is very, 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 very wrong and unnecessary, uncalled for. If you feel like you want to do this kind of a thing, then do it in your house. Let the members of your family know, for example, if it is important for you, but for you to come to your Facebook channel and this is what you want to be doing, I feel this is very, very disrespectful and dishonorable, if you may. Like, I don't know the adjective to use, but it's in different levels of wrong, in my own opinion. So I was saying that I would discuss this with you guys, and I want to know what you think about this action that this lady took, because I feel like it's like the saying that what the dog saw and started barking, hey, hey, hey. That is the same thing that the goat have seen for long, and the goat has just been sitting down there and looking at it. So sometimes just because something is true doesn't mean you must say it. Just because something you are feeling so strong about something doesn't mean you must say it. Like, for example, in our world today, when it comes to people that like when man and woman, that kind of a thing, you cannot come on openly and be saying what you think or what you feel about that. You will see your career will just disappear just like that. Now, so we should be sensitive about this thing. And this woman, she will think she is doing this thing like this now, but you don't know who may have seen this kind of a video that you are doing on social media. We need to be more careful, and more tolerant, and to show caution above all, because this social media is world wide web, and you don't know where you are going tomorrow. You don't know who you will meet, and you don't know the activities. They say the internet never forgets. I feel like this action is uncalled for, is not necessary, and it's going to present a lot of difficulties for her, depending the country she is, or whatever she wants to aspire for later. Sometimes it may not be now, but maybe later. Like today, what I'm saying about woman and woman and man and man, all those kind of a thing. If you go and say something, sometimes some people have said something about that thing. When they want to go and apply for work, when they want to go and join something, that thing will come up, that this is their position, and it will be like a stumbling block. Good evening, paparazzi. I greet you. Yeah, I pray for religious maturity too. It's a book written by intelligent people to control human mind. It can be burned if you don't want it anymore. Nothing special about it. Yeah, but do you support it to be on social media? Because there is a reason why you come on social media to do something like that, because you could have done it in your house. After all, for example, we have all eaten, we have done special things for ourselves today. We didn't come on social media to do it, but for you to come to social media, I feel there is a motivation to it, and there's an intent to it. And that is the problem. Because if you, for example, if you are moving your things and you don't want to move it or something, or like there's something happen, you know want to take care of it on your home front, nobody is seeing you, it's your private thing you can be doing. But once you are coming and you are standing on a platform that you have access to multitude of people and you are doing this, then there's a motivation for it. Like, you know, you have a reason why you are doing it. It's not just because you know you have the liberty. You know, it's just like when they say freedom of speech. Just because you have the freedom and the right to speak doesn't mean you should come and be giving hate speech and be speaking against anybody, speaking against any race, speaking against any group of people or any gender. You know, that's the way I see it. Good evening, Ifeoma, my sister, I greet you. You know, yeah, so at the end of the day, I just wanted to make this video and say, my people, if you come to another understanding, take it easy. You know, realize that this thing that you came to understand now, you know, you are not the first person, and the people that came to understand it before like that, you know, you don't know that. You don't know what anybody knows. You don't know what anybody believes. You don't know what anybody is carrying in their mind. So we should be mindful of other people, our society. Like, look at a society that Nigeria is very, very religiously tense. You know, why would you be doing that? Why would you be doing something like that? I don't know. I feel that the motive to it is very, very wrong, and people should not be encouraged to do something like this. People should not be encouraged to do something like this. You understand me? So, like, even sometimes when somebody have a flag and you are burning down that flag, you know, when you are burning down a flag, you know what that means of a country. For example, although you bought the money by yourself, it's your flag, but for the purpose that you come out in the visibility of others and you are taking that action, it's because you want to send a message, you know. So I don't know, because I feel like there is so much wahala right now everywhere. And it is very, very important that people should not cause more wahala for people. These Nigerian African people, the wahala that they are inside is even more than, like, the normal wahala African people are going through. The world have not even gone through it, you know. Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, I want to contribute in, the Burning Bible, you know. You know, I always agree on what you always say, you know, but sometimes we have to balance issues, you know.
Okay.
And when everybody is for anything, or he feel that is wrong, you know, that he's trying to wake up, you know. So I think that person has his right, exercise his you know, her anger in any way she like, as long as she's not hurting anyone physically. I think this is what I have to look into it. For me, what the Bible has caused to Africans, I think it has caused more damage than what good that it has brought to Africans, really. Because we all are here in Europe, you know. We see that the white men, they never give us any important book, you know, but they bring Bible for us. And I'm asking, if Bible is so important, why should it be for African people, you know? Because when I'm in Italy, I see them, they don't carry Bible, they don't read Bible, they read other books that can develop their mind, but they bring this Bible to African people to read. And they tell you that this Bible will take you to heaven, but they don't give you permission for Jonah to stay in their own land. So I think I like people to wake more up, you know, to understand the damage the religion has caused to Africa entirely. This is what I can say about it. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. So our brother is saying that he supports the action. You know, he's saying that he supports the action, and he believes that they gave us the Bible for, a purpose, and you know, if people are waking up, that they should be doing something like that. Like I feel um like for example, in this country is designated as a Christian country. And for example, we have holidays that people in Nigeria don't even know that it's a Christian holiday, like Ascension Day, like Pentecost holidays. You know, like we have holidays like the Pentecost holidays, like almost a week, you know, because it starts from like Thursday, and then on Monday, Pentecost Monday is also important. So it's, you know, sometimes it starts like Friday, Thursday, and then Monday is always, you know, the weekend is part of it. So there's always holiday in the Pentecost time. So it's part of their own structure, that they are Christian and they take all those things. So I feel like we that were African people, you know, we came in contact with people who have their own intention, you know. We came in contact with people who have their own intention, whether it be Christians, whether it be Muslims. We came into in contact with it's like northern people. They came in contact with the Arab first, and we down south we came in contact with the Europeans, and this is what they brought to us, you know. And they have gone so long ago. So I feel like when we are still saying they gave it to us, they gave it to us, it means like it's almost like eternal babies that never grow up. I feel like, you know, like I saw a video, one brother was describing passionately that they translated all the books, science, in their languages, but only book that was translated in African language is the Bible. That there is no chemistry in Igbo language or Yoruba language. There is no physics in Hausa language. That the only thing we have in our own traditional language is the Bible. And I feel like this is unnecessary for us to be complaining about that, because everybody will do what is for their own best interest. If it is for their own best interest that we have the Bible in our language, you know, that's what they are going to do. So if we are coming up now, we have had professors, we have universities, we have polytechnics, we have learned people, we have linguists. So what is stopping them? Nobody is going to come and develop your language for you. Nobody is going to come and write your language for you and interpret science for you in your language. This is your core duty, you know. But unfortunately, the people that are playing politics don't even know the things that are important. Everybody thinks that development is about building road and building hospital. It is building also, but it is not only that. Development is also developing the psyche, you know. And for example, in my village at that time, if you are not speaking English, you are looked down upon. And so everybody strive to speak English, because if you speak Igbo, you are like, who is this one? If you even speak Igbo with an accent, they're like, you know, it's like you una there just a township, like you don't even travel out to the township. So it made it look lucrative and beautiful to travel, to leave the homeland, to leave the village, to go somewhere, to go and learn the language, to go and learn the way of life there, you know, because it's something higher, it's something bigger, you understand. And I think that is coming from the, you know, the residue of the colonialization that we didn't really understand. So we just looked at everything from outside of us as better and more enhanced. And people who send their their children to good schools, they make sure they don't speak in Igbo. You know, they will speak Igbo to the house help, speak Igbo to around, but when they talk to their children that they are sending to big schools, they will speak English, and those children too will speak back in English, and everybody is looking, wow, you know, they are speaking English. So we used to think it was something very good that they are speaking English. And so in all of this, like the people who fought for liberation of from colonialists, those are the people that try to translate into our language. Those are the people that try to develop this alphabets that we have, ABB, all these things. Those are the people, Obaru and Co. Those are the people that even made an attempt. But you know, since their time and they passed, since in the 1960s, there is nobody that have interest. Nobody know that even that is an important element of development, of building a nation. You understand? So in what I'm saying, in essence, you cannot blame Europeans or Arab people, say this is what they gave to you, because this is what they brought. True. But you are the one that have your own language. You have been exposed to education. You have universities. You have learned people. You have the human capital. You have to do it yourself. I cannot see Chinese people complaining that they brought a Bible to them, because they were conquered also, but they have risen above it. They have to translate everything into their Mandarin. So if you go to China, everything is in Mandarin. Everything is in Mandarin. If you go to any other place other than our Africa, everything is in the native language. Or like if you go to the America, to the US, where they adopted English as the language, everything will be in English. Although now Spanish is creeping in because of all the Spanish Mexican immigration, but normally everything will be English. Everything will be English. They will write in English. They will have a system of measurement. They will have a system or a standard. But we don't have this yet, And for me, I feel like religion is filling a void. I don't know what it will be like without religion in Nigeria as things stand today. I feel like, of course, a lot of people are taking advantage of religion, but religion is truly filling a void in Nigeria, honestly. Religion is filling a void. Like I've experienced it and I've seen it firsthand. And I know that there are good pastors, there are good affairs, there are reliable people, there are, men of honor, women of integrity, that if you take them out of the communities, there will be a big vacuum. So even if you go to, for example, in Israel, they are developing scientifically, but they still give room for that scholar, for that scholarly activities of the people that are going to be reading the Torah and interpreting it, the rabbis. They have a big say in the communities. Hello.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, thank you once again. This topic is quite interesting, intriguing, controversial, and at the same time sentimental and emotional. The truth is, everyone is an adult.
Yeah.
But people behave differently. I think most of these persons coming to social media to burn the Bible, they are trying to get back at the church. Who go for family deliverance, burning up shrines and deities and things like that. If you ask me personally, that is what I see. They're trying to get back at the church. But at the same time,
that's an interesting aspect.
The way I see. These are two wrongs the way I see. Say, for example, now, I have a Bible. If I don't need it anymore, the best thing I could do is to look for a way to dispose it off without coming to social media, either handing it back to a church or somebody who needs it the most than I do.
Yeah.
At the same time, these are things people need to understand. Basically, most of few of the ministries or churches, they come on social media, they put out this in there. They went to this family or this place, they're doing deliverance, and at the end of the day, they burn up the deity or the gods or whatever they found there that the family said they don't want anymore.
Yeah.
In the same hand, if they could look for a way to return it, like in Igbo, there's a parable, Ago, Bawike, Atoria, Akoshishi, Keria, Eboshibia. Every shrine has its roots. So if the church can embrace this, yes, they don't do deliverance, they don't do prayers, don't burn them up. If they could say to the family, if they can say this is where they brought it from, or return it to someone who needs it the most, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I see. But at the end of the day, people need to understand, the world has evolved, we've moved on. I can't see, like somebody said, it's laziness waiting, if we're waiting for physics to be translated in
of course,
our own native language.
Because you are the one that know your language the best. You are the one that will do the translation and make the necessary adjustments. Yeah.
What people need to realize, even if we go back to the history, pre and post-colonial era,
When the colonial masters came, they tried, you see, most of us need to go back. How did our grandfather start bearing English names? They tried to give them names that would be easy for them to pronounce. Even here, you know, my name is Chimezi, but my previous place of work, they couldn't pronounce it. Somebody wanted to call me chimpanzee, but it was deliberate anyway. So for sure they're calling me Chimmy. You know, but now when I'm trained up, I just pick my middle name, which is Henry. That could be easy to pronounce. And if you live in Europe, most of us, you know, our names are being cut short for ease of pronunciation. Say for example now, somebody from Benin that doesn't have an English name, how do you expect a white man to pronounce such a name with a great accent? He cannot pronounce it right. You know, so when the colonial masters came, they came with their language. Yes, they forced everything on us. But now, we shouldn't continue blaming our forefathers or blaming the Europeans. They've long gone. Whatever we need, we can translate it.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about putting in that effort, that intellectual work into it. We can translate it, you know, into our own local language. Like people have made a case that teaching mathematics or science in local language is easier for people to assimilate. I wouldn't argue that, but then who would put in, and this is where we need to charge the government, at least every research that is being done is being funded by the government. Now in Nigeria, how many institutions do we have that can carry this research or this translation? The answer is none. So if we want to translate, say for example now, all the mathematics book or science book to various languages in Nigeria, is the government ready to fund it? They've not even fund simple education, it's to fund translation of textbooks and things like that. You know, so we need to understand that while we try to blame the Europeans who are long gone, we need to come back inward, look in-house, ask ourselves questions. How can we achieve these things? One, we need funding, and we need to train the, you know, to develop the human capital and assets to be able to carry out this project. You know, everything cannot be carried out on social media. Translating a book is no joke. Translating,
and,
say, for example,
and the
book.
thing is, the problem we have is we don't even see that studying our language is of importance. If you see somebody that tell you that, what do you want to study? The person say, I want to study Igbo. They will be laughing. Like they will make a caricature of you. You know, like nobody will take you serious. Meanwhile, you are supposed to have an institute that these linguists will go in, all the lexicon, they will be working on it, improving it, updating it. That's why when I look at people that are running around and saying they want to be, and you know that they don't even know what it takes to build a nation. Because building a nation is not for you to come and be speaking English, you know, and be telling all the wounds that you have. Everybody have their own sub story.
That is it. Now, okay, now let me say, for example, now let's say to translate, let's say Ababio, which is a chemistry textbook to Igbo language. You've just pointed out, we don't even have the intellectual capacity. So how many persons, you know, all these, they are, you know, even if we can translate the, you know, I don't know how to, so many chloricals and, you know, names. How do we translate it to Igbo? You know, how do we
no, it doesn't matter. For example, in German, like, for example, you say computer, you know, in German it's also computer, but they spell it, they may spell something different, you know, but it's basically the same.
Just like the Italians, they call Pichi. But if I come and pronounce Pichi now, they start looking at him. He doesn't know English.
No, you just have to you just have to find a way of doing it.
You just hit the nail on the head now. You see, for example, now, in my workplace, they don't have accent. I don't hide it. But some persons who are proper Nigerians with accent try to, you know, talk as them. I say United Kingdom. The Scots have their accent. The company I work will happen to, you know, it's a global company. When the Frenchman speaks, they speak French English. You don't expect them to speak like, you know, an American. It's just like if an American is talking an Australia, the New Zealand, the accent is there. So why should I, as an Igbo person, be trying to go? It doesn't, you know, sometimes my wife throws this joke. That's why I say, listen, that is not for me. At the end of the day, it's my little man to be speaking that with them. And like I said earlier, I made a conscious decision. My son did not have an English name. Because of what I felt it's not necessary. I've had this conversation with I said, listen, I've met Romanians, German, Italians, French. None of them has English name. They have their, you know, their German name or whatever. So why should I give my son an English name, but if he grows up tomorrow, he has to have an English name, that's his own choice. But me as a parent, none of my children will, and my wife understands that and she respects it. You know, so it's all about that decision. And when we are trying to engage in some conversations, you know, it's easy to say, but let's ask ourselves, have we got the necessary tools, the environment, the academic environment to begin to translate these materials into Igbo, Yoruba?
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just a good one. Like our brother said, nobody's going to come and translate it for us, you know. So, and what our brother is saying as another aspect that I didn't even think about, you know, that they want to get back at the church because the church will go to shrines and, you know, put fire on it and burn it down. So now the person is not saying, you know, this is, you know, old Bible too will be like this, so I'm going to do it. So it's another aspect of looking at it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. So last regardless of what you think, you know, so they brought it to us, fine, you know. The thing is, we really have to appreciate that now the world is in turmoil. We don't know what is going to come after all this brouhaha. We saw what happened in Sri Lanka. The same thing is happening everywhere. Currencies are collapsing, economies are coming down, you know. That's why when people are trying to cause a commotion that will bring more problem than it is in Nigeria, you know, I'm trying to tell them, temper down, don't, you know, because the world is now in turmoil. And the worst thing for us is we are just talking about language. For example, language that is our own, oh, that we are the ones speaking it, and we have gone to school, and we have universities, we have institutions that we have built, we have professors, we have learned people, and we cannot even do the basic thing of translating the language, our own language that we are speaking, if we need to understand it better in maths. Like here, my children go to school, everything is in German. They may go through all their life, they will not need another language. I was surprised one time I went to the druggery, like where you buy cosmetics and all these things, and you know, and I wanted to sign up for something, and I fit it in English, so I had a problem. I was calling the worker, and so she came to the screen and she was looking at it, and she was like, "What language is this that she cannot read it?" And you know, it not dawned on me like, these people, they don't even need to read English. They are just like, they can live their life, a normal life, and they never speak English. And I say, oh, it's in English. So I now had to change the setting to German so she can help me. You see, so we have all these things and we cannot even translate our own language. Now think about it. If the whole world bursts into another thing, we don't know how far all this Russia something is going, we don't know what is coming with this corona, something in the next winter that is coming now. You know, so many things. There's a lot of food scarcity, there's a lot of inflation, gas prices, electricity is very expensive. So imagine that everything is going on like this all over the world, and then kata bus real time. What is going to be our place? We have not been able to translate our own language. Not to talk of, say, you want to buy medicine, you want to buy baby food. Do you know that baby food that people feed infants, they have to bring it from abroad? Medicine, they have to bring it from abroad. Underwears, they have to bring it from abroad. Like, everything is import, and now there's inflation, high cost of everything, and you want to bring, maybe the production in all these places is stalled. How are you going to do it? You know, so you understand me? So at the end of the day, we have a responsibility for ourselves, you know. And that's why it saddens me when I see the politics that they are playing in Nigeria, that nobody actually thinks about the people, and especially the fact that Nigeria is housing the largest population of black people. And Nigeria is supposed to have the human capital. Nigeria have already the natural resources that it needs to set the pace, and we are still lagging behind. Imagine, and we are still lagging behind. Okay, let's assume everything comes down now. Say all these obodo yibo things did not add up again, and that they are not needing to come back to Africa to really need our resources. We don't stand a chance, because ordinary politics we have not been able to do it. Ordinary road we have not been able to fix it. Ordinary basic things, there's no water system, there's no electric system, there is no institutional system that is working swiftly. I was watching a video, somebody was saying they wanted the mother to go to the UK. Everything was fixed, and then the woman got to the airport and they said they were doing check, and they collected the passport from her. And then she wanted to board, she couldn't board, an elderly woman, and she came back, where's my passport? Till today, no, they didn't bring that passport. She was standing there and the plane left. No passport for her, and they're okay, look at the CCTV to know what happened. Then they will look at the CCTV, they will say, well, I will meet you, I will talk about it later. And where she was, we couldn't capture it. They kept turning the children up and down in an airport. So at the end of the day, we are the one that must do it for ourselves. We have to do it for ourselves, and we must avoid anything that will cause massive unrest, that will lead us to be fighting each other and taking our own lives and destroying our own space. We must avoid it. Basically, that's why I want to do this video, because we have to be sensitive. Like, even if you have read the Bible and you are not coming to another understanding than the one you have before, it's all fine and good. It's your personal life, it's your personal decision. You can do as you will, but you have to take into consideration that this is a multi-ethnic population, and because of the situation of the country, extremely religious country, and you have to put this into perspective when you are doing anything you are doing. You understand me? He said Islamically burning any religious book is forbidden, whether Bible, Quran, or Torah. Translating books to our native language is very important. There are some chemicals that we have and know their names in our native language, but we don't know it when they call it in English unless you see it. Exactly. There are some herbs, so they will be talking about you although you may have known it, but because they're saying it in English. So everything we are learning it in English, or in another language. Like now, if you live in Germany, your children will be learning it in German. So we are forced to be bilingual. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, so my people, I think I've really said all I wanted to say. Let us be mindful of what we are doing. Let us have the mindfulness that the things we are doing, the action we are taking can have impact. It can have impact, and we have to think about that. We really have to think about that, especially when it comes to religion. Religion is something that can quickly go violent, in another direction that you are thinking. So we really have to temper it. And I understand what the brother said, that the Christian religion are doing this, from that perspective, you understand. So if it was somebody that was from the traditionalists doing that, okay, maybe that would be acceptable, maybe their children or something like that, I don't know. But I feel like basically coming to your Facebook page and doing this is uncalled for. There is no need for that. There is basically no need for that. That's just my own submission. And I understand everybody that called, like our brother that said because the foreigners brought this to deceive us, fine. They may have brought whatever they brought for their own benefit, because they came to exploit. So they will do whatever they want to do for their own benefit, But now we have come of age. We are not children again, Abby. So we have independence or not. So we can also do what we need to do for ourselves, because at the end of the day, nobody is going to come and do it for us. We must have to do it by ourselves, because we need to be looking at the Asians. How did they do it? You know, it's not as if that when you are even doing it, they will be clapping at you. They will be putting stumbling block for you when you are doing anything to better your life. Why? Because you know, if you are better, it will affect them. So they have to work for their own betterment also by trying to put you where they want you to be. So it's not something that we quickly fall back to fighting for, you know, crying victim. It's for us to understand the dynamics of what is at play, and use our mind more importantly, you know, more broadly, and to solve our own problems by ourselves, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Please don't forget to share the program, don't forget to subscribe. You can also send me stars, and subscribe to the page, share the video so that more people will get access to the information. I thank every one of you. I appreciate your joining. we we need a good leader, but you know, we need a good leader in Nigeria, of course. So that will only happen when we make the three major languages in Nigeria, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, mandatory subjects in our primary and secondary school all over the country. That also help in strengthening unity and tolerance. Yeah, I agree with you. The now what we have is in Igbo land you do Igbo, Yoruba land you do Yoruba, in Hausa land you do Hausa. You know, if for example the three languages will be taught in Igbo land, in Yoruba land, in Hausa land, everywhere in Nigeria, every school we have will be every pupil will be exposed to the three languages. That will be a good starting point, honestly. And I think that is something the Minister of Education that will be coming in should look into. Honestly, that is something that's supposed to be in their manifesto. It will be important, but will they have the capacity? Where will you have the teacher? You know, but of course, we know that, for example, for Southeasterners, there are so many people who have traveled and who live in the north, who live in the west, who can actually come home and become that teacher, you know. But, you know, it's something that if the country wants to achieve it, it will achieve it, you know. It's something that if the country wants to achieve it, it will achieve it. Another thing is also to regionalize the language, just like we are doing now, you know, in a more concrete way, like they are doing in Canada. Like in Canada, if you go to the Montreal area, it's French they are speaking. Their national language in the Montreal area, Quebec, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Quebec is French. They speak French, and I think they teach English in the schools too. But the official language is French. They write everything in French. I think we can have something like that in Nigeria also, whereby the lingua franca. I think I think we already have it in the north. The lingua franca is Hausa, and people read and write Hausa. I don't know. This is my own speculation. And in the West, I know that, you know, Yoruba is very widespread. They speak Yoruba. They have Yoruba newspapers. You know, Yoruba is very, very, um, you know, it's acceptable means of communication that even if you are not Yoruba by birth, if you live there, you will pick it up. So, but in the southeast, it's lagging behind, because even if you go to the southeast, people don't speak Igbo. Like if you watch BBC interview, when BBC go to the southeast to conduct interview on the street, you will see that people living in the southeast now, you know, where in Onisha, they will be struggling to speak Igbo in a BBC Igbo program. Whereas if you look at a BBC Igbo Yoruba program, you will not see that. You see the people flowing. If you look at BBC outside, you see the people flowing. So I think there is more work to be done in the southeast. This is my own observation. I may be wrong, you know. Quebec. Okay. Quebec. Thank you for correcting me. Oh, Ahmed, yeah, we're almost finished now. Yeah. So, my people, I thank you all for joining me. I thank you for the stars. Thank you for the subscriptions. And yeah, I will continue the conversation. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to Muslim ticket, the people who are doing the politics are looking at the the politics that they will do to give them the needed end goal that they are looking for to win. So most of the time all these things is calculation. They are speculating and calculating and say, okay, if we do like this, we'll do like this, you understand? So it's just that the population, when they say religion is the opium of the masses, they use it to stimulate the population. But when it comes down to it, is the political interest that is at the people that are involved in that politics, is their political interest that they are looking at. What am I going to do to get to the target that I'm gunning for? You understand? So just like when they say Hausa is there, Yoruba is there, Igbo is there, at the end of the day, it's just the people who are going for that position. It is what they are going for, how they are going to go there. So they are going to go there on the basis of the ethnic settlements. If that is what they will step on to go there and be successful, they will use it. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, that is true, Efe Austin. Like if I look at your name, Efe, I think you are from the middle belt. Yeah, you are from no Efe. Efe is either Urobo or Usoko. I remember. Efe is either Usoko or Urobo. And then when you come to those places that, for example, you look at per head, how many people speak Urobo or Usoko? Are they up to 100,000 people? Are they up to 200,000 people? You understand? So at the end of the day, that's why people who are not many per head that speak a language will be invariably forced to speak the next bigger language around them to meet up. And I feel like the Igbo population is actually lagging in this aspect, because normally, because of the huge number of the population of the Igbos that is running into, I think minimum of 40 million, or I don't know the exact census now, let me not give a number, but of course considerably many more than the neighboring ethnicities like Usoko, Urobo, Isha, Efik, Anang. You understand what I'm trying to say? Normally all these people are supposed to actually speak and understand Igbo. If Igbo people were speaking Igbo enough and transacting in Igbo, so Igbo would have supposed to be a lingua franca. Like you will still have your Usoko and Urobo, but in order to communicate more effectively on a broader base, you will need to be speaking Igbo, or like you will need to speak Yoruba. Like I remember one time I met a young lady who much younger that time. She was from Kwara State. So I was surprised that she was not speaking Yoruba, and her name was not Yoruba. And I was like, I thought you are Yoruba. She said no, that they also have no Yoruba there. You understand? But you will not know this because they are speaking Yoruba just like Yoruba. But when they are within themselves, they now speak their other language. Yeah, so yeah, we just kind of degenerated into language. Normally we're talking about religion, and all comes together. So I'll leave you here before it will be more than an hour. I hope to see you guys tomorrow or next by the grace of God. Have a good night rest. Bye for now. Bye.